Hi, I'm Ashlyn Oswald, 16 years old, 5 feet tall, from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I'll be reading for the role of the young beggar.
The next night, at the same time as the night before, the young beggar was woken from a knock on the door. "Hello? I know someone is there. Why do you ignore my knocking?"
What do you want at such a last hour?
"Only the chance to come into this fine castle, eat a small amount of food, and lay my head on a soft pillow for the night." Once again, the young beggar had a choice. Would she open the castle to the old man or keep it closed? She decided she was tired and didn't want to fool with the old man.
Look, the master of the castle is away. Come back when he returns.
The young beggar went back to bed, hoping that this was the last time she would hear from the old man. But it wasn't the last time. Once again, for the third night in a row, the young beggar was woken from her sleep.
What do you want?
"I told you last night to come in, eat some food, and get a good night's sleep."
And I told you last night, come back when the master of the castle has returned.
"Yes, you did. But I learned a secret about this castle. It's full of a magic that takes care of any who live within its walls. Are you so selfish that you would not open something so wonderful to any other?" For a third time, the young beggar had a choice to make. Would she follow the king's wishes and open the castle to another in need, or would she keep it closed? Truthfully, she didn't really believe the magic would last forever. And when it stopped, if there was another living there, she'd have to fight and scrape for what remained. The thought of going back to that type of life steeled the young beggar's resolve.
I will never open this castle to you or anybody else. The magic in this castle is mine.
"My dear, I found you on the trash heap, opened this castle to you, and allowed you to indulge in its magic. And now, instead of opening its provision for others in need, you have kept its door closed and claimed it for yourself." The king was right. Even in light of his generosity, she had still remained selfish and disobeyed what he had asked. "Where are you going?"
I disobeyed you and failed your test. And I was selfish with what you generously opened to me. And I understand that I do not deserve to stay in this castle.
"That's true. But my test was for you to learn and grow in knowledge of yourself, not to determine if you could live in this castle. That door will always be open to you." Suddenly, the young beggar realized that the greatest magic in the castle was not that which supplied every need, but in the king who so quickly forgives. It was this act of generosity that changed the young beggar's heart.
Gracious King, it would be an honor to continue to live in this castle. But I no longer feel the need to keep all its magic to myself.
For the rest of the young beggar's life, she lived to tell the others about the castle and help them find their way to its open door. Not only so they could partake in its provisional magic, but also so they could know the great and generous king who lived there. Slate. What interests you about this story?
I think what really interested me about this project was the meaning and the learning aspect behind it. This young beggar goes from one point in her life to another point, and all of the while she's constantly learning. She's constantly getting new information and evolving as the person she is.
In what ways do you personally connect with the character you're auditioning for?
I would say I connect with this character basically just because she's a young girl. She's gone through hard times in her life. She's still going through hard times, and all the while she's becoming this beautiful soul, this new human being. And that's what I've learned in my life, is that you are constantly learning. You can never stop learning.
Describe your most enjoyable experience working with a director.
I would say my most enjoyable experiences would have to be with a great teacher/friend of mine, Debbie Godet. She has directed me in a ton of scenes, and whenever we're on set and she's pointing out things that I should work on, the vibe is just so positive, and it's just a great atmosphere to be in.
What is your favorite fable or fairy tale, and why?
I would have to say my favorite fairy tale goes back to Beauty and the Beast, the old times. It's the meaning behind it is, do not judge a book by its cover. And it's such a simple meaning that everyone has read when they're younger, but if you really take that meaning, it applies to all aspects of your life growing up.
Tell us a story about when you have struggled with being generous.
I guess one time that sticks out in my mind was the first time I got to go visit Mexico with me and my family. I was about 6 or 7 years old. Um, it's such a different world down there, just the culture. When I was on the streets, we would just see like families that had it less than other people, and children, and you just want to be able to give to every single family you see, but sometimes you just can't reach out to everyone, and so that was a really hard thing for me to watch. Thank you.